You are watching Inside Spurs with talkSPORT Bet. Sonny Snelling from Sonny Talks Spurs is here, as well as the one and only David Bentley. So we're going to be talking about some of your career now.
Right, no. We had a real positive moment then about Spurs.
This is your life.
This is your life. Listen, it's 2025 now.
Yes.
It's been a while since that big move for you over to Spurs. Mm-hmm. It's funny, I remember the moment we got linked here. Yeah. Because, of course, you know, growing up in the areas, we come from similar places. Yeah. I know your sister, so you know,
family.
Yeah. So we was always waiting. Of course, even though we weren't talking about where he was at. Yeah. There was always talk he might be coming to Spurs. It was really exciting for all of us. And when we see it on the paper, I remember I was in Cavos, and I see it's like Bentley to Spurs, and you had that an amazing season at Blackburn. You know, you were breaking onto the scene. It was so exciting for us. Tell me, looking back at your time at Spurs now, all this time on, how does it feel to you?
I look back on it with so many great memories and sort of stick to the positive side, but it was a sort of mixture really of some negative things that sort of come with it. And some of them that were, when I look back now as an older, some of them my fault. Like, you hold your hands up to that. I mean, I went into Tottenham, I was so excited. I remember going away, I took all my family and friends away, and then because they're all Tottenham, aren't they? Yeah. And I was, as a kid, obviously Gazza being my favourite player, first game I ever went and watched, you know, at White Hart Lane, and going there, I just wanted to go there. I loved the way, the energy of the club, and going, I was so excited. But I went in under Juande Ramos, didn't I? And
yes.
I remember meeting him before, because that's what you do. I'll give you insight now. Like before, you actually secretly meet managers and stuff. You know what I mean?
Tapping up. Don't talk about us.
I'm tapping up.
Does it feel like you're cheating on your partner?
Yeah, it does a little bit. You're like, ooh.
Well, no. Did you like put extra like after
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Don't tell Mr. Marinakis.
You ain't getting out the door, mate.
So then met him, and then one day was very. The way he talked, because I met Martin O'Neill and all this, because I remember he was at Villa doing the right, and then a few others. And then you just looked at the project, because at that time I signed, they were talking about the new training ground and the stadium and the manager. You know, I thought he was like, the new Wenger, and I call him Benga. But that ain't. But I come in, and it was a difficult start to life, you know, at Tottenham. I think in the pre-season, I played Roma at home. I scored a couple of goals. I think we played Celtic away in Amsterdam. I scored there. But as a team and me individually, we're like, flying into the season. And then it was the summer that Keno left, Berbatov went, and you just had the drama. They didn't replace him quick enough.
And also, the Berbatov saga went on, didn't it? Yeah. This is when he was on the bench sulking and...
Oh, it was when Levy was dragging the deal out for, for how he does. But so it caused a little bit... And I get the sense of Ruben Amorim at Man United, what I got from Juande Ramos.
Interesting.
Like he's looking at it. It felt... You know when you see that positivity and energy? Yeah. You like anything. It's like your missus in the morning. Woohoo! You're like, positive day today. Yeah, can't wait to go to bed tonight. But then you got that positive energy that's within the football club, and you got the manager projects that, and everything. And then slowly you see the wheels turn. Then he's turning up as if he can't be bothered. He started making us train in the evenings, and he started doing random things, you know, that were. Really, it was like he was trying to get sacked. You felt it, and it was, that was, you know, after being so excited, that was a big sort of negative for me, you know, like being like, when I look back and reflect on it. And then Harry coming in, and obviously the Arsenal go and all the positives, qualifying for the Champions League, because that's what I went there to do that as well. Mm-hmm. And to get into the Champions League, the club...
First time in the club's history?
Yeah, from a financial perspective behind, and obviously fans and all my mates and everyone I know living in the area, to qualify for the Champions League was massive, and especially against Man City when we did it. That was the old ice bucket.
That was the old ice bucket.
Oh, we remember that now, don't we?
Quickly tell us about that, because there's rumours that that ice bucket moment there like ruined your career at Spurs, like Harry had the hump with it.
Well, I never played again, did I? No, I don't think it was that. It was a little bit, but...
Do you reckon there was some underlying...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was the only thing, because that's me saying that I conducted myself. I was always fit and 100% fit. I was always like that. But, Yeah, there was a few things that happened that probably that were my fault. As you reflect back, you know, but that moment, and also I was a player. It's the way I'm as you say, like, but
No, really?
I want to play every week. And back then, I tell this now, if I'm playing now, you're part of the squad. You don't play. No one criticises you. You're just like having a fag on, sat on the bench. Back when I played, I was embarrassed to even walk out the stadium. I thought they were all looking at me. I've not played.
Because now you've got like starters and finishers, haven't you?
You know, like all your family. Oh, you didn't play today. No, you're not good. You ain't good enough.
Yeah.
So you were sort of drilled differently. So you got really offended by not playing. Every player, like from back then, that's how it was. You were fuming when you didn't play.
And now, it's even a generational thing, even like from Sunday League football. You know, because you don't play, you're like, I'm no good.
I'm fuming. I'm storming off.
I don't do subs.
Sub, because you're so passionate and so energised. And obviously, I'm always a big part of the dressing room and training and like energy. It's just, I love just so to not play. It was tough, it was hard. And I don't think, for me, I don't think I dealt with that because I think I was, at that part of my career, I think I was in the transition of that, the old to the new way.
Yeah.
You know, where you can just, just train a bit, pick up your dough and go home. I couldn't do that, I just want to play, And it was detrimental to my development and time at Tottenham because obviously reactions got into friction because of it, maybe. Didn't react very well, had a few incidents off the pitch. And I do regret that because I love Tottenham Football Club and I love everything about it. Tottenham feels to me, it feels like me.
Sliding doors,
feels like me.
Sliding doors moment, right? If you go back, the ice bucket's in your hand, you can pass it to Genus and you don't do it.
Yeah.
Would you swap it?
No.
No.
Did you do Daniel Levy as well?
Exactly.
And we're here talking
exactly
about it. And
that.
I'd never change that.
Let's talk about some of the opponents that you faced at Spurs. Who's the toughest opponent that you played against as a Spurs player?
Ashley Cole.
Yeah.
Ashley Cole, and it was semi-final, Blackburn v... I remember it, Blackburn v Chelsea, semi-final at Old Trafford. It was an absolute... it was a great game, but he was just... He would never... Even if you'd done him, he'd just get back. He was just unbelievable. He was an unbelievable player. But he's probably
our greatest ever.
He's the greatest ever left back.
Yeah.
It's got to be. And Evra, probably.
Yeah.
And then Goal Clichy. They were always difficult. Even though you got up on them, they were very difficult. You had to be smart against them. You couldn't just go out and have a good game. You had to be on it. Yeah. They wouldn't give you the space or time.
What about in terms of your sort of colleagues at Spurs? Who was the best player you played with at your time at Spurs?
Nice
I played with a few. You look, Luka Modric. I mean, I went in at the same time as him, and I'm just an unbelievable player.
You all bought at the same time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
what was he like when he came in? Because obviously he was an unknown entity, wasn't he?
Yeah, because he came in with Kaluka, didn't it?
Yeah.
Great lads, really nice. Because when they tell their story of how they lived in a sports hall, together for 2 years during the war and stuff, it's mental. And they just had a great bond and relationship. Attitude was, unbelievable. Nice guy. Luka Modric, obviously he's gone on, he won the Ballon d'Or. I mean...
Could have been you.
Could have been me.
And the other one's Gareth Bale. Now, Gareth Bale is one of the best players I've ever seen because he could do anything. He could slide tackle better than anyone. He could the throw-ins. He had the longest throw I've ever seen.
We could do with him now, couldn't we?
Free kicks, pens,
But, obviously, the whole thing was it. Sonny, how many games did he go? Was it 35 plus without winning for Spurs?
Well, I was there at the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, did you see the ability that we weren't seeing as fans in training, etc.? And he was like, it's got to come good for him, or did it kind of just develop?
Well, the management were going to move him on.
Yeah.
I think Forest were in for him, and it was a day. So sometimes, because me and Harry and that he used to sort of talk to me. He'd ask me questions. Because he knew that I could get. I think it was a bit of the dressing room if I sort of feel. So me and him used to have conversations about all sorts of things. But one of them was Gareth Bale. Remember the
So how would that? Let's do that conversation now. I'm Harry. Yeah. So listen, David.
Come on, my ears.
Listen, David. Gareth lost 35 games in a row. It's not terrific. What we're going to do?
Well, I think he's done me there.
Yeah, the acting's
that's good, that. But I think it's just like in training, I'm not sure about him, he's got to go. You know, and I think Forrest rimmed for him. And Gareth at the time used to wear air clips. Didn't help him out, you know, and you're like, that ain't helping you out, mate. Did
you put your arm around him and tell him as an older to say, look, Gareth, get the air clips out, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I'd be all over him. All right, get him out. He was a great lad, great kid. Yeah. And he just one day, I think it was an injury. It wasn't, I think Benoit got injured. Yeah. And it was one game, and that's football, isn't it? I mean, but it's funny because he sort of had to take his opportunity again. And then he just, I think, Liam Brady said to me when I was a kid, but the penny drops. It's great, I say it to my boy now. Like one day, you know, you just figure it out in life. And then one day, together. Penny drops and you go, I get it. And he just went, didn't he? But pace, strength, like everything. So like Bale and Modric at Tottenham,
both went on to play for Real Madrid and win ridiculous amounts of trophies.
There you go.
Modric's still doing it now.
Not a bad answer, is it? Yeah.
Modric's still doing it now. Scored the weekend against AC Milan.
It's incredible. What a guy.
Little Johan Cruyff, isn't he?
So they were that was the best of Spurs. I want to talk about the worst. I'm talking not playing.
From under the bus.
No, even Shay.
We're talking about the bus.
Oh.
In terms of the worst people to sit on the bus or flights with. Who did you see? I'm not sitting with you.
Oh, I don't know. I've got that complex where I do it. I'm the one, isn't I? Yeah. They're probably like,
if it's no one around you,
Benji's coming. Benji's coming.
Headphones on. I'm like, mate.
Play cards.
The worst. I wouldn't really have one, really, mate, if I'm on it. Yeah, nah, I wouldn't.
It seemed, do you know what? I had the pleasure of obviously playing in that sort of Spurs Legends match I played against that dressing room, right? And the camaraderie in your dressing room just seemed amazing. Like, this guy, and honestly, other Spurs players have said to me, Bent's in the dressing room, you want him in there because it raises the energy and the vibes. He's coming in pink panties and thongs and all sorts.
I've got some awful images in my head.
It's an image and a half. Right.
It's a beautiful thing. Have you ever done it? It liberates you. We should all do it as Spurs fans. Come on, next game.
We should have come in here, dress up.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, it looked like there was a real togetherness in that dressing room. Yeah. You saw it with the bucket incident and getting into the Champions League. Was that driven by having someone like a Harry Redknapp there? Because he always seems such a man manager we always talk about.
Yeah.
But it's the particular group of players at the time.
No, I wouldn't say it was driven by him. I think at the time he was, especially when he was at Tottenham, he was trying to be taken more serious as manager.
Really?
I think he got that label of a wheeler dealer, didn't he? And he got.
Remember that interview as well?
Yeah.
No,
oh, don't say it.
Yeah.
Sorry, please.
So I think he wanted that credit because he cancelled our Christmas party, but we still went on it, didn't we? Can you remember?
Yes.
I love that.
But that shows the team spirit, is that not one man said no. And I think it's developed from inside.
Who led the Christmas party idea, though, to do it?
Well, it was me, Keno.
We can't argue with you, like.
Yeah. Keno's back in town. Boom, boom. Dublin, here we go. We're on a party bus going around Dublin. You know, one of them that lights up. She's like, way. She got Keno and like led the king. But you had a group of players like Woodgate, Crouchy, me. We had Jimmy Walker. So he was a good one to have in the dressing room. Just as I think he was third choice keeper, but he brought. That was a good move by Harry, bringing him in. And then you had an environment, and they are created by the people there inside. But it's for me, like even not playing. If I'm not starting, I ain't letting the boys down because my mates, isn't I? Yeah. And if you've got that mentality that you still want to. The whole I'll talk about this or banter, you know, because I'm on a little mission to rescue that banter.
BBB, bring back banter.
Yeah, bring back banter. Campaign started. Don't worry about that because I think it's been a negative. People have tried to twist it as a negative sort of vibe. I think it's sort of young men, especially within football, that banter, or you see it in the cricket and rugby and football especially. That it's a great thing to have every day because of the pressures you're under and sort of externally from internal like that. It really does develop sort of good team spirit, and that will take you further. That took us because we had loads of ability within the team. But I don't think we had enough ability at the time, even though we had them great players. Yeah. When you look at the actual squad, we weren't. It was our sort of camaraderie and our sort of spirit, I think, that got us into that Champions League over Man City at the time, and I think that showed.
And it's funny that you say that because teams at the time that we were going up against. I remember it was a week. We beat Arsenal on a Wednesday, beat Chelsea on a Saturday. Yeah. Danny Rose had that debut, didn't he? Toward that goal. What was your lot's reaction when that went in?
Oh, mate, it was unbelievable. Especially because he's a good boy as well, Danny. And like he said, you see that, you're just buzzing, aren't you?
Yeah.
And then,
better than your goal, though?
Eh?
Better than your goal against
us? Mate, mine had a bit of finesse, didn't it? Walloped it up, put a bit of side on it, didn't I?
Do you remember who set you up for that goal?
It was Jermaine Jennings headed it, Luka Modric laid it back.
It was a chest to you, wasn't it?
Chest or something, yeah. Not a bad goal, like the build-up to the goal, wasn't it? The commentary. Bow, Modric. Yeah. Ballon d'Or, whee! There's Bentley. I have that.
Yeah, Ballon d'Or. Now he's bringing back the banter.
Yeah, that's it. Bringing back the banter.
If there was a Ballon d'Or for banter, I think you probably would have got it.
Yeah, but I think that's good for you don't take yourself too serious.
100%.
Not being offended. And if I'm giving you banter, it's because I like you.
Yeah.
And it's not. I think that's been taken. I don't know. Especially maybe it's a society thing, but then you see it internally in football. We want to see their characters. Like the players that are out on the pitch, they're a reflection of us, and you want to see them having a good time within. Maybe not where I took it sometimes, like crowds.
Well, I was going to say, I was going to ask you next, right? Because can banter sometimes go too far? Because there was I want you to lift the lid on something for me.
Go on.
Spurs have finally won this trophy in a long time recently, and you represent us as Spurs fans.
Yes.
You've been over this celeb football over the Emirates.
Oh, yeah.
The game I was actually supposed to play in as well, but I was away, right?
Oh, imagine me.
I know. It would have been a problem. So you've nipped into a certain Mikel Arteta's dressing room.
I have.
You've nicked his beers.
I have. With winners on the back.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Now tell me, was there any backlash to that?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me, I want the exclusive right now on Inside Spurs with talkSPORT Bet. Come on, tell me.
I'm banned from the ground. No.
I was right out.
So the build-up, got the shirt, and I was thinking, I've got to put winners.
I can imagine you just...
I'm just like, I'm building up. I'm not thinking about the game. I'm just thinking all this. And what I was going to do, I was going to get the shirt on, winners, and then get out in the centre circle and give it, you know what I mean, do a bit. Like. And, but what turned up to the stadium, we're in the home dressing room, and I've sat down, I'm buzzing off everywhere, doing a bit. I've put the shirt on for all the team, all the boys, and I'm giving it a bit, like... Because I did press-ups, didn't I, on the badge, didn't I? I think there's a gif or whatever we call it, don't we? But then I've looked up in the corner of my eye, I've seen the office door open, somebody's gone in there, and I've gone, hold up a minute. So the whole game, we've gone through the game, and I'm thinking, right, wait for it. And then, because it was Woody and Kleiny were there as well, so you got the boy, they're all sort of influencers. I'm a bit of an influencer there. So I've got it on. I've gone and scouted out the room, and I've only seen his beer fridge open, and I went, oh my God, it just gets better. And it's just perfect timing. And it was a beautiful thing, and then just went in, and but it got put out on socials, and obviously Arsenal asked for it to be. I think it was due to the charity sort of, because it went out.
Okay.
But once it's out, it's out. It's out.
It's there.
But it was a great moment. Yeah, I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Camden Hell's that.
It was brilliant. I want to talk about some of your loan spells.
Yes.
Spurs, in particular, Russia.
Oh, yeah.
What was the team again? Rostov.
In Rostov-on-Don.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sonny, have you ever been to Russia?
I've not. I've been to Poland, that's the furthest I've gone that way.
I've been to Russia a few times. I've DJ'd there. Right?
Okay.
But it can be quite dangerous. Like, it's a crazy place. Like, I DJ'd there, and literally, as soon as we finished, and there was some lovely ladies in Russia.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And they literally said, you must leave the club now. And took us back to the hotel. It's not safe for you. I was like, okay. What was your time like in Russia? It's a beautiful country. Especially with you, man.
I'll tell you what, I went in, because I got the call, there was a few teams, and like my agent said, do you fancy Russia? And I went, yeah, go on. He says, you'll be the first English player to play in Russia. And I went,
I didn't know.
Then I went, yeah, go on. I'm the last.
Yeah.
I think Aidan McGeady was there, I think, from Scotland, but and he was at Moscow. So I went in, I just probably had Rocky IV in me, you know what I mean? But when I turned up, it's Mediterranean weather. So there was a lot of...
It's quite near Georgia, that bit, isn't it? It's quite like...
Yeah, so it's called... It's a bandit country as well, isn't it? It's like where they send all the criminals from Moscow, they send them away to Rostov.
So that's what they sent you then?
Yeah, they did, yeah. I felt at home. So I've gone in. It was a great experience because I experienced so many weird and different things. And there was, a few bit, the way they are and they live, but they love karaoke.
Oh, Russian
Can you believe
karaoke.
that?
Yeah.
Right.
No, let's hear the karaoke night stories, come on.
So you go in and you just think, you think, don't you, that like Russians, they're a certain way, aren't they? And like Pavlichenko and all that.
Yeah.
He was a good boy, actually. Him, got some stories on him. But then you go and you think they'll just go and sit in a club and they, like have champagne and like, that's how they are. Oh, mate, in their bars, they've got every bar's a karaoke bar and they've got a full book. And like they get up and take it serious. But that was a surprising thing that you're going into, because I used to have a chaperone and he'd take me out for a bit of dinner, like go to a pub, watch football or their bars.
You still got a chaperone?
People would be up in karaoke.
No, did it?
But I did enjoy the experience because it's like...
There's no English anywhere though. Like, when you're trying to read things, it's so hard to navigate, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pure Russian. But I enjoyed it, but there was stories from there, yeah. What ain't going on here? I'll be out. You want to see me again?
Let's bring it back to Tottenham again quickly. You mentioned Gaza growing up.
Yeah.
You played, like you said, with Modric, Bell, Keno, incredible players at Spurs. Mm-hmm. And the era of Spurs that first got into the Champions League. Is there a particular era at Spurs that you wish that you could have played in? Like you mentioned Gaza, like...
Hoddle or Gaza.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Aussie Ardelas, you know that? Ricky Villa, it's all them sort of boys. But when you're looking at Waddle, Gaza, Klinsmann, even Klinsmann, I don't know, when you look back, Ginola, imagine playing... We were like the amount of talented players that have been through the door, I think that it's just... It's unbelievable, but that Gaza, if I could have been in with Gaza...
Oh, God. The duo.
I'd have...
Bentley and Gaza.
I'd have been
You'd both be riding ostriches down the old training.
Shooting the rifle at the cockerel.
But he's... my rabbit was called Gaza, wasn't it? I love it, isn't it? But, he's just obsessed with just the way he is. I mean, it's so devastating to see the way he is now because he's such an icon and... you remember the 1990 World Cup and he sparked the life of me as a footballer. Like, he lit the flame, just seeing... And it was more his personality, really, the way he played the game. And
But that brings up a really good question then. And, we've seen it now with Jack Grealish going to Everton and he's coming back into form.
Yeah.
Great to see Phil Foden scoring at the weekend as well, giving him that. Do you feel that a Paul Gascoigne wouldn't exist in this era because... how many coaches are putting their arms around mavericks, so to speak? Mm-hmm. And you look at the managers Gaza had with Terry Venables, so Bobby Robson, etc. All understood, it's Gaza. Let Gaza be Gaza.
Yeah, let him go.
Do you feel like that's lost a bit in the game now, given those players? Because even with yourself, as a young man coming through, we saw when you'd express yourself, there was just so much natural ability. And I think your personality reflects the way you play the game,
100%.
Which is joy.
Yeah, it is an art form, isn't it? You've got to go out there and you've got to play. You can't play and be creative with your head in a weird way. You sort of express it, through your heart. And players like that are restricted, and I think it's a society issue, and it's sort of leaked into football, and the Maverick. There's a place for them. There has to be a place for them because you've got to inspire new generations. You've got to inspire the fans that are paying to watch. And you've got to leave space. I think it should be a manager's and a club's responsibility to have mavericks within the team and allow them to express themselves, allow them to overstep the mark in what they say, how they do it, and be that. But it becomes very robotic. And I'm hearing a lot of people talk about boring football and, even the keeper element of him having more touches of the ball. I think there was a stat done that the centre-halves and the goalkeeper having more touches than the most creative player on the pitch, which is alarming, really, when you look at it. But across the board, I think if you look at Grealish, he's a beautiful man, beautiful player. He's got the energy and the creativity. You should allow him to express himself.
Sonny, we were saying it before in the pre-season, how much Jack Grealish looks like a Spurs player.
Yeah.
You know, that's why. That's why Spurs.
Yeah.
That's why we love Madders. Madders is probably someone like that as well.
Yeah.
You know, you look at these people, a bit outspoken, got a bit. The fans love and they interact with the people. Like Jack Grealish would have fit Spurs beautifully.
I think that's what the interesting thing you say there about society. But we look at James Maddison close to home. Like, how much stick does he get for just being, one, a bit outspoken, and two, having a bit of flair? Yeah. He's had criticism for people at talkSPORT, like punters and presenters. But then I'd like to think now, like maybe Xavi Simons is now going to be that flair player for Spurs. And, you know, I know you say Grealish, but, you know, a younger model. You know, we saw him last night lighting it up on that left wing. He hopefully will do it in the 10. There's still a place for these Mavericks because you need that creative spark. You go to the football to get off your seat and cheer on players, and we've always had that at Spurs, haven't we? Like,
but like I said, I feel we see them flourish, and then, for example, like they brought Jack Grealish into City, and I just feel like Pep stunted him almost.
Yeah, he did, because for a system. So they're all playing these systems. It does man nothing. Like the guy at Man United, Ruben. He's just stuck with a system.
Well, look what he's doing to Bruno Fernandes and Mayer and people like that.
No, and you don't want that. The real point in this is that a Maverick will connect with the fans. That means the fans connect with the team. So then when you're driving and you know what it's like, you just can't connect with the team. Yeah. But then that connects and it drives them and it drives that energy and it creates a different buzz within the games. And that'll get you... That could get you 5 to 10 points a season, like that. And sometimes you need that. Yeah, firm believer that you need to be able to support Mavericks.